Permitting the inheritance of ownership wealth is catastrophically bad social policy. It is plainly unearned distribution of the value produced by work. Inheritance creates permanent resource inflation, as the resources converted into surplus will have to be rented at interest back into public utility. Inheritance keeps resources off the public market, which in turn inflates prices. Inheritance provides no socially useful incentives to do productive work and creates opportunity for squander. Inheritance makes ownership nearly perpetual and in turn makes ownership more profitable than productive work. Inheritance is a cheat in the game of life. Ownership should be earned. Privilege should be earned. Advantage should be earned. And birthright is not earning. Productive workers pay everyone's bills. They pay for every privilege, and they create the value behind every dollar the wealthy squander. Nepotism might be reasonable human psychology, but it is bad social policy. In no other aspect of the game of life do we embrace birthright as a definer of right. The economy is the greatest game we play. Yet it is the only game where we permit grotesque unfairness. Adam Smith's invisible hand is nothing but a thief if it is filling something other than a working person's pocket. It is often quoted that life is a journey, not a destination. But does this really explain what life is? The metaphor is wrong in so many ways. It implies that life is to be experienced without the necessity of accomplishment, that life should just be played for the fun of it, that we should live life like a tourist rather than someone responsible for maintaining a location worth visiting. In most cases, a good journey or trip does require a great deal of planning. Life is work, if you're going to do it well. I would argue that life is more than playing the game. It's accomplishing the goal. And the goal or destination of a good life is to live a good life. And that won't come easy or cheap in terms of personal sacrifice. Your life is more than what you experience. It's what you cause to be experienced by others. Your life will have a function. It will produce an end net product in terms of your effect on yourself and the world. The concept of drawing straws provides a useful analogy to many human activities. We often accept some risk for some potential reward, but deciding for someone else is very different than deciding for yourself. Accepting a risk and assigning a risk are not the same thing. When you accept the risks of procreation, you assign the risk of procreation. The person you create will get the straw you draw. Risk must be justified when you're going to impose it on someone else. And if all you have as a justification is, I want, or I will take, you should be prepared to defend the superior value you've placed on your own interests. Gambling can be an addiction, and if a need to gamble is your addiction, you should only be betting with your own currency. When playing with someone else's welfare, the safe bet is to make no bet. There is no harm in being harmless. The simple truth is, a glass full of the best of life simply doesn't need to be created, and creation certainly can't be rationally defended when you cannot guarantee against your created glass being half empty, or worse, catastrophically cracked.